and welcome back to my Michael Schumacher career mode. Today we are at Canada for round 7, 8, I don't know what round Canada is, we're just changing a bit of engine bits because they're really worn out after the disaster we had at Monaco, where we unfortunately DNF'd into a wall, but who cares? It was a decent attempt
Hello
at Monaco.
Welcome from the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, home to the Canadian Grand Prix for today's qualifying session.
As Crofty gives us a lovely little intro there to the Canadian Grand Prix qualifying session, I'm just checking all my assists, making sure they're all right, checking the AI are nice and high, because I'm finally doing good with AI as we head on to our first lap of the qualifying session, and we're going to ride on board the entirety of this lap, heading down into turn 1, braking nice and late as we can, clipping that apex nicely. Through the second bit, you don't really need to clip that apex, just run around it. And coming through to turn 3, the hardest bit of the track in my opinion, as we cut that corner quite a bit. Oh, touched the wall there, pushing to the absolute limits where this car can go. Max Verstappen goes on provisional pole position, coming through the chicane. Is it really a sort of chicane? As we get on the power onto the little straight here, coming up to under the bridge bit, okay, under the bridge we go, clip that apex, absolutely perfect through there, if I didn't say so myself. Coming up to the hairpin now, going to go on the brakes a little bit earlier than you usually would, keep it tight to the curbs, on the power as soon as possible, short shift up to third, and then it's just a straight down to the chicane. Hopefully we won't hit the wall of champions, but this should be a very quick lap. We were looking good for our practice. We led every single practice session into the final chicane. We go really attacking the curbs, get a bit of oversteer on the exit. Lewis Hamilton puts in the fastest lap. We are surely going to beat this, and onto provisional pole position we go with that lap. And there was mistakes in the lap, I'll admit it, but I think we can go a lot quicker. We have a pretty sizable gap, I think that's 3/10 to Valtteri Bottas, so I'm feeling confident that we will get our first pole position of our career here today at Canada. Heading on to our final lap in the session now, and Ferrari messed up here badly because they've just sent Sebastian Vettel out in front of us. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but apparently it's a good idea now to send Vettel out ahead of me, and we're going to get blocked by him quite a bit as we're already down on all that. Gaining a bit of time through there though, actually. I think we're about 10 foot as we go purple in sector 1. Vettel just blocking us so much in the moment. He isn't getting out the way. He's on an outlap. Come on, Seb, get out the way. I mean, we've had our controversy this season already. Let's end it here, put it all behind us as we come up to this chicane. Now I'm caught in the chicane, everyone's in the chicane. But we hit the wall, and I'm overdriving the car here, just hitting every single wall I see. But we still go purple, so that's good. And now we've got bigger problems with Daniel Ricciardo, but you know, he's not on a flying lap. He can get out the way on the straights, or maybe he won't get out the way on the straights, as we'll see what happens. Opening the DRS as early as possible. We've got to the chicane, and we will avoid the Wall of Champions, I hope. And Daniel Ricciardo just absolutely parking it on the apex as we open the DRS, get a kick of oversteer. We are not going to improve on this lap as Ricciardo just absolutely blocking us as the run on to the next lap is ruined. As we come to the end of the session now, we've been pipped to pole position by just over 1/10 of a second. That is not what we want heading into the race, but that is that Vettel starts P4. We're going to need some miracle to get past Lewis Hamilton with his straight line speed, but we're heading into the race any minute now. So, sitting on the grid, we've been promoted to pole position. No sign of Lewis Hamilton as he has had a grid penalty. Gearbox, I don't know what. We're nice English, starting on pole position as we're going to go to 5 red lights at Canada. It's lights out, and the way we go to get off to a pretty damn good start heading into turn 1. We lead the pack through turn 1, keeping it nice and clean. Vettel up into third behind us. Second, third. Oh, he's been pushed down back into third now. Keeping it side by side with Valtteri Bottas, but we have had the perfect start, the perfect getaway, and we just need to pull away as quickly as I physically can drive this car. And we already have a second gap by sector 1. I mean, surely this is going to be a dominant race from us, Michael Schumacher, but it has its twists, it has its tails. chicane. We're heading onto lap 3 now. We set the fastest lap of the race, as we're really pushing. DRS has been enabled. We've got yellow flags. Something has happened behind us. The VSC has been deployed. Well, let's just have a look at what has happened behind us. It's absolute carnage, I'll tell you that. And we're going to see any second that carnage which has happened, and it's just the biggest pile up I've ever seen in the history of a game. Look at it! They just all drive into each other. What are they doing? Oh, it would be Jolyon Palmer. And I think there's a couple of Williams there as we get back on board. Virtual safety car. How that wasn't an actual safety car, I don't quite understand why that wasn't even a red flag, but obviously red flags on the game, which I don't understand. They have an old game now. That's my little rant about the safety car system as we go green flag racing again, and Valtteri Bottas has actually found a little bit of time on us through the restart, but I'm pretty confident I can still win this race because I'm in the Ferrari, he's in the Mercedes. We have a little bit of an advantage heading on to lap 6 now. And Vettel and Bottas are really going at this, as here is a replay of him getting the move done. And Vettel goes cleanly down the inside into the chicane. What a move from Sebastian Vettel on Valtteri Bottas. Back on board, riding on board with us as Michael Schumacher coming through turn 2 now. And I'm expecting Vettel to catch us because I just am, because it's Sebastian Vettel and he's been unleashed from the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas. We have the quicker car. I'm expecting him to catch us as I'm not driving very well at the moment. We've got a wheel onto the grass. Come on to lap 8 now. We are into the pits for our first and only pit stop. We're pitting onto the super soft tyres as we're only going to lose one position in the pits. Valtteri Bottas is also in. They're changing tyres, very slick, clean pit stop. Coming out in P2, we've just got to try and close the gap to Vettel because he was extremely close to us when we came into the pit. I'm talking 6/10 of a second behind us when we pulled in. And as we exit the pits now, it's clear track. We can push as hard as we can. And heading on to later on in the lap, Sebastian Vettel exits the pits now. Are we going to be ahead of the German? It's going to be close. He's going to miss out turn 1. He's going to be side by side. Not quite. We keep ahead of our German compatriots. And he's going to be piling the pressure on us right now. And I've just got to keep it ahead. I cannot let Sebastian Vettel get back ahead of us as we're coming through the hairpin now. I'm just going to give it my all. Try and keep it ahead of the German as he's really closing in on us now. Is there anything we can do as we're going to switch to the TV cam right now? He's going to pull out of the slipstream. He's going to try and go round the outside of us through the chicane. It's close. He pushes us. He hits us into the wall and we've hit Sebastian Vettel again. More like he's hit us though, and we've lost half of our front wing due to that horrendous collision. The two Ferraris collide again. We collided in Spain. It's happened again. Jeff saying damage is only minor. I'm struggling to keep the car on track at the moment. We've become very close to taking the other end of our front wing off. This is a complete disaster, and the win has definitely slipped through our fingers there as Sebastian Vettel rammed us into the wall basically. On to the last lap now, riding on board for the remainder of the race. Valtteri Bottas has managed to close down on us and he is piling on the pressure. I'm running low on fuel, I think. I can't quite see it. He's going to pull out the slipstream. Valtteri Bottas is going to try and go round the outside. We keep it tight to the apex. We keep it ahead of the fin. And I'm pretty sure we've got P2 completely solid. We've got it in the bag. And now I've said that, we'll probably bin it off into a wall. But Valtteri Bottas putting the pressure on still. He is not settling for P3. But we seem to have a better exit there. I think we have got P2 here. As on the straight now, Valtteri Bottas is in fact closing in on us. He's going to try, we go extremely defensive, basically hugging the wall. Can Bottas do anything? He's going to try and hold it around the outside. He can't quite do it. Sebastian Vettel wrongly wins the Canadian Grand Prix. We come home for P2. It's not the race we wanted. We started on pole position. Sebastian Vettel hits us, takes our front wing off. It's not what we wanted.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set
He
themselves
shouldn't have
apart
won
from
this
the pack
race.
today?
He should
The
not
difference was
have
clearly
won
in the
this
strategy.
race.
You could tell
We
they'd
would
done
have
a lot of
easily
work
gone
on
on
the
to
pit wall
win,
to really
maybe a couple more
optimise each
battles,
stint
but
and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights
he's done it
just how
again.
much of a
Sebastian
team sport this
Vettel
really is.
hitting us,
But
ruining
credit to
our
the
front
driver as
wing.
well, though. There's no
Lewis
good
Hamilton
having
comes
a
home in
well-oiled
P7,
machine
not
behind the
doing any
scenes
good for
without
his
a talented
championship
hand on the wheel,
hopes.
of course.
But
So, here
it's
they
looking
come
like a
now,
two-horse
out
race
onto
for the
the podium.
championship. Vettel has
Wherever you
extended
go,
his lead
anywhere in the
over us,
world, the
but that
prancing
should have been
horse
us
flags
on the
are
top
dominant
step
in
of the
grandstands,
podium.
and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. So then,
So
it's
looking
time
at the
to
race
see how
results
this
now,
result
and
affects the
we
Drivers'
finished
Championship.
8
It's a good
seconds,
result for Sebastian
4
Vettel,
seconds
who
behind
moves
Sebastian
further ahead
Vettel.
at the top of the
Valtteri
table.
Bottas
Moving
not
on
far
to the
behind
driver
us.
of the day
Daniel
then,
Ricciardo
Anthony Davidson.
finishing
Who
far
would you
down the
go
order,
for?
just
I'm gonna go
behind
for
Lewis
Marcus
Hamilton.
Ericsson.
There was
He's clearly got a
5
very delicate touch in
DNFs
close
from
proximity.
this race, which is absolutely horrendous. As we come back to the paddock now, just going through all the statistics from the race. Team are impressed with us, even though Vettel rammed us into the wall. And we've got a chat from this
I
man.
love this sport. I love being here in the thick of it. I love the smell of oil and burnt rubber. And that's why I want to be down on the track next time you're sitting in one of my cars. So, I've got 2 events on the table right now that'd be perfect. But which is more interesting to you? That's the question. From my point of view, there's really no difference to speak of. So it's entirely your call.
So he's offered us one of them classical car experience races, I think they're called. I completely forgot what they're called. But we will be doing the checkpoint challenge at Italy, as I can't stand Hungary. Or, yeah, Hungary, that track, I hate it. And, well, that is that. We're going to put 1 upgrade on the car to end off this episode. The classic car event will be in the next episode. We're going to put an engine upgrade to try and close the gap to the Mercedes OP engines. As we're going to put the 1000 resource points upgrade on the car now, and that will wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and goodbye.